My name is Elena. I'm 28 years old, and the day my parents handed my sister the keys to a brand new luxury car was the same day they handed me a rusted padlock. It happened on a Sunday afternoon. The whole family was gathered outside our house. A red ribbon was stretched dramatically across the driveway. My sister, Vanessa, stood there glowing, perfectly dressed, perfectly smiling, like she had already won something long before the announcement. My dad cleared his throat. My mom held up a small black box. Inside it, a sleek key fob with a silver emblem that probably cost more than my yearly rent. Vanessa gasped. Everyone clapped. My mom cried. My dad said, "You deserve this. You've always aimed higher." Then they turned to me, and my father tossed something into my hand. It was an old brass key attached to a faded leather tag. "Your grandfather's garage," he said casually. "It's just sitting there anyway. You're the practical one. Maybe you'll find some use for it." The celebration continued around me. Cameras flashed, Vanessa revved her engine like she was already speeding into a better life, and I stood there holding a key that smelled like dust and oil. The garage was on the edge of town. When I opened it for the first time, the hinges screamed like they hadn't moved in years. Inside was chaos. Rusty tools, broken shelves, oil stains on the floor, spider webs in every corner. And in the middle of it all, a car, covered in a thick gray sheet. I almost didn't bother looking, but something made me pull it back. Underneath was a 1967 Mustang Fastback. Dirty, forgotten, tires flat. But not junk, not even close. See, my grandfather wasn't just some small-town mechanic. He was obsessed with classic cars. I remembered being little, sitting on a wooden stool while he explained engines like they were living creatures. He used to say, "One day, someone who really listens will understand what this place holds." At the time, I thought he meant wisdom. Now I wasn't so sure. I searched through old drawers and found folders, yellowed paperwork, handwritten notes, original purchase receipts. This wasn't just any Mustang. It was a limited production model, matching engine numbers, original parts. Collectors dream about finding something like this, and it had been sitting here, dismissed as junk, just like me. While Vanessa posted selfies with her new car, hashtags like blessed and daddy's girl flooding her feed, I spent my nights in that garage, learning, cleaning, restoring. I watched tutorials, I ordered parts, I scraped rust off metal until my fingers bled. I wasn't fixing a car, I was rebuilding something inside myself. Months passed. Vanessa's car needed expensive maintenance. Insurance was insane. A small accident scratched the door and she cried for days. Meanwhile, the Mustang slowly came back to life. The day the engine finally roared for the first time, I swear it felt like my grandfather was standing behind me, proud. 3 months later, a local car enthusiast stopped by. Word travels fast in small towns. He offered me a number. I didn't react. He doubled it. I still stayed quiet. Then he told me something that made my hands tremble. He said, "There are only 3 of these left in this condition. Restored properly at auction, this could cross 6 figures." 6 figures for the junk garage. The auction was held in the city. Vanessa insisted on driving her luxury car there. She wanted to see what all the fuss was about. When my Mustang rolled onto that stage, polished black paint gleaming under the lights, the room went silent. Bidding started fast. Higher, higher. My parents' smiles slowly faded as the numbers climbed. Vanessa gripped her purse tighter with every raise. When the final hammer dropped, the amount was more than double what they had paid for her car, more than triple. My father stared at me like he was seeing me clearly for the first time. My mom whispered, "We had no idea." I believed her. That was the problem. They never had any idea. But the real surprise wasn't the car. During the ownership verification, the auction house discovered something else. My grandfather had placed the entire garage property, land included, fully in my name years ago. Not shared, not conditional, mine. He hadn't left me junk, he had left me opportunity, and maybe a lesson. Vanessa's luxury car, a year later, its value had dropped almost 40%. Depreciation is funny like that. Shiny things lose worth the second you drive them away. But effort, patience, vision, those appreciate. I sold the Mustang, but I kept the garage. I renovated it into a specialty restoration shop. Today, I run one of the most respected classic car workshops in the region. Clients fly in, collectors call me directly, and every time I unlock that same old brass padlock, I remember the day my parents thought they were giving me less. They gave my sister something flashy. They gave me something forgotten. But sometimes what looks like leftovers is actually legacy. And sometimes the child they underestimate is the only one who truly understands the value of what they've been handed.